angels willing to hold us in their arms. When our worth of stone, our ashes, and we both passed on. Let forever mean forever and carry on.
Good afternoon. It is certainly a Monday. Wow. Man, I just feel like my production has gone south. Not nearly as far down with the decals as I hope to be by now. This is the most crucial part of doing it. And, you know, when you line them up, especially with the Big Daddy Unlimited logo, which is essentially what I've been working on, you have to pay really close attention to your alignment, and so it takes a little while. It takes a lot of patience, and you know, it's coming along. But today I realized that when I cut the reticle logos, and I don't think I have. Hang on, let me take a peek here. I think I'm kind of limited on what I have as far as. Let me see if their website has their logo that I can pull up real quick. To give you kind of a rough idea. Yeah, here's but that is in black. Let me click on that and see what happens. Or they might have other logos here. Or maybe not. You really can't see it. Off to the side here, you see it a little better. It's got a black, the black lettering on that one, so it's kind of hard to see. Not really a good representation, and I could show you a picture, but you're not going to be able to see it real super clear. That's the ones without or with the out. Oh yeah, hang on, wrong picture. Okay, those are the exact ones I'm making right there. And one of them anyway. I'm making both. You can't see it, but there's actually white under the masking there. So I'm making both the white and orange and the black and orange versions. And so, as you can tell, there's a reticle there, and so you have to make sure you have that reticle all centered, as well as having, you know, your space all even down here. And it can be tricky. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a little bit of time. The survival dispatch ones aren't going to take as long to do. I'm one of those that I like to do the hard things first. I like to get the hard things out of the way first, and then you can kind of sail from there. So, but anyway, when I started doing the reticles this morning, which are these right here, you would think, oh, simple enough, right? Well, when I cut, after I did all the you know, cutting and weeding the excess vinyl and all of that, I cut them in strips, okay? My intent was to be able to lay out strips of 3 at one time and just go bam, 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 you know, until I had them all done. I cut the strips the wrong way. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is they don't line up. Okay, my strips, in other words, don't line up, so I actually have to sit there and assemble these one at a time, trim them one at a time. So, you know, I should have been able to whip through these in no time this morning, and yeah, I'm almost halfway done with just the reticles, so I don't even have quite 50 completely finished. So, yeah, it's you know, that little boo-boo is going to knock me back about a day and a half, just because I cut the strips the wrong direction. So, like I say, it's a Monday. busting my butt. Not getting very far, but busting my butt. So, but anyway, it's, it is what it is. This is, this is the nature of the business. And when I gave the estimate last week, I believe the end of last week, I should probably still be able to hit that estimate by having him out by the end of this week. So hopefully I don't run into this issue with any of the others, and I can sail right through them. But this here, doing these reticles, are going to be a long and grueling process. So it is what it is. Nothing I can do. Like I say, I've got 50 of them assembled and masked, and I've got probably half or a little better of those trimmed. So it's a matter of trimming the rest of those, and then I have to assemble the other 50 and then trim. So it is what it is. I mean, it's just a matter of doing it. A lot of time involved, and like I say, patience. That's key. And when you do vinyl work, if you don't have patience, give it up, because you're just gonna lose it. And I'm not Mr. Patient, so but it's just kind of one of those things. I've always had kind of an extra patience when I'm working with my hands. I always have. That's something I'm kind of in my zen moment whenever I'm doing stuff with my hands. So I guess that's where my patience when I do vinyl comes from. So, but we're working on it. We're knocking them out. Haven't really got a whole lot done other than that over the weekend. Did get the drone up. I put out a video. I did get a decent video of the Christmas tree on the grain elevator and the lights up on the square. So I put that video out. I did not overlay. The phone view on that video because I didn't want to take away from the scenic view of what I was showing. But it was a good flight. Anytime I make it out, make it back, land, everything's all good. It's a good flight. I had really no issues, so that's a good thing. Other than that, I didn't get a chance to even tweet out all of the news over the weekend. Normally on Saturdays and Sundays, I tweet out the news for the day. Didn't even get that done. I think I did Saturdays. I didn't get Sundays, and I actually didn't even get today's. So I will go over those headlines. What I wanted to talk a little bit about, and it's a pretty hot topic at this moment, is Virginia and what's going on in Virginia. But I also want to kind of meld it into what we're seeing going on with these, especially this shooting down in Florida at this military base, okay? It blows my mind. It blows my mind that they have so many feelers out, so to speak, on us, on we the people that have no ill will, people that just want to live their life. They don't want to harm others. They just want to be left alone, and they just want to leave others alone, right? Boy, they're all up our ass, and I have no problem saying it just like that. They are all up our ass, right? But yet they can't even pick up on somebody that has been pretty loud about their anti-American sentiment, right? Training on a military base, on a U.S. military base. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we've got federal agencies that can drop the ball like that. But at the same time, we got states like Virginia that want to go after gun owners, that want to go after anybody that may be assembling in order to protect their rights. I mean, in Virginia right now is an absolute assault on the Constitution of the United States. I mean, it's in the entire country there is, but especially in Virginia right now. Because, come on, that's what the Second Amendment was about. Let's not bullshit anybody. The Second Amendment's not about deer hunting. It's not about target practicing. It's not about sports. It's about shooting a tyrant in the face. That is what the Second Amendment is about. And I'm not making this up. You can read it for yourself. You know, I always talk about the Declaration of Independence and the importance of the Declaration of Independence. And I think that we should all read it from time to time. And I mean really often. It would be nice if we would get up in the mornings, myself included, I'm including myself in this, get up in the mornings, read a little bit of the Bible, and read the Declaration of Independence. Every day. Every single day. Because let me tell you what, the way that they have so many Americans so brainwashed is from their repetitive message that they have in their news broadcasts, in their Hollywood movies, the TV shows. That is how they brainwash people so bad. One of the many ways. We've also got things that are in our foods, and of course the fluoride in the water. There's a million things. But one of the big ways is through propaganda and through brainwashing through our media, whether it be entertainment, news, or whatever. And so many of us have forgotten exactly what that Declaration of Independence says. Either we've forgotten or we've become weak. It's one of the two. I've said it a million times here. It is not just our right to overthrow a tyrannical government. It is our duty. It is our duty, meaning it is our job. It is our job, the job of each and every red-blooded American. And what are we doing? Why is this getting this far in Virginia? Why aren't these so-called representatives getting yanked out of their offices? Oh, don't say that, Mike, because, really? You know what our forefathers did? Yeah, they shot people in the face. I think dragging somebody kicking and screaming out of an office is far less extreme than shooting somebody in the face. Correct me if I'm wrong. There needs to be an example made. And right now, Virginia is where that example needs to be made. There needs to be a message sent all across this nation, especially to California, that we've had it. Many people don't know about the strife right now in the trucking industry. Why? Because government-supported media isn't reporting on it. There's huge problems in the trucking industry right now. Let me ask you something. With the exception of maybe the last 2-3 years, how many times by now have you heard so many corporations boasting about the profits that they made from Black Friday? Are you hearing it? I certainly am not. We've got truck drivers across the nation that are about ready to walk off their job because of the regulations that are being put on, the taxes that are being put on, this ignorant stuff that's going on in California. AB 5 or something like that. And then you've got slews of other truckers for other companies that are getting laid off. The companies are shutting down. Why? Because the flow of products are slowing down. The economy is in bad shape. And what happens when the economy is in bad shape? People buy less things. Well, guess what? If people are buying less things, that means less things need to be shipped. So they need less truck drivers. less trucking companies. We're in some bad shape. We got a country that's almost economically destroyed. But you won't hear that by the idiots that run for elections, especially Trump. Because, oh my God, we can't tell the truth. We can't tell the American people the truth. And then you've got states like Virginia that want to demonize the ideal that we, the people, should be in charge, when that was how this country was founded. See, it wasn't the United States, it was these United States. Big difference. Big difference. Because we weren't one big conglomerate as we are today. We were each individual states. And if you want to be ignorant like California, well, you had the right to be ignorant like California. If you want to be really ignorant like Virginia, you had the right to do that. But people also had the right to move to states that weren't ignorant. And right now, the federal government is like a veil of ignorance over the United States. We either wake up, put up, or shut up. Those are the choices. I don't give them. They're not the choices that I provide. They're the choices that reality provides. And believe me, making no choice, they'll make it for us. And they are. And they have been. SHTF is real. And it's really right around the corner. One way or another. Whether it's with a boot on our neck, or whether it's us reinstating the Constitution of the United States. Choice is ours. Anyway, let me go ahead and run through a quick rendition of the normal stuff, news headlines, and we'll get into video content. I really didn't even expect to ramble on that much, but I do. I've got a lot to say about this. You know, we can't let this stuff happen. We have to put a stop to it, and we have to make an example of it. It's not good enough just to stop it. We have to make an example of it. We have to make the government once again fear the people. That sound extremist? It probably does to most. Why? Because they've been brainwashed. That's why. Our forefathers made it very clear what would happen if our government no longer feared the people. And lo and behold, they were right. They were right about a lot of things. Especially the quote, "It's a republic if you can keep it." We lost that republic a very long time ago. Early 1900s, as a matter of fact. Anyway, let me run through this real quick. Amazon affiliate is up to $14.73. So thank you very much to those that participate in that. For those that don't know, we're an Amazon affiliate. We've got a link in the description of the video as well as at thewatchmannews.com at the top right there. Basically, that just takes you to Amazon. If you use our link to go to Amazon when you purchase your items, the items don't cost you anything more and it throws a little bit our way. We also have a Teespring Store. The best way to find our different items there is just go to thewatchmannews.com, scroll down on the home page. There's the different designs that we have there. And when I become unswamped, I will work on getting some more designs up there. So The other way you can help out is we do have a PayPal donate link. That's in the description of the videos as well as in the main menu right there. Basically, that just takes you to our PayPal donation page. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just use a credit or a debit card as a guest. But I always let people know, since it can be confusing, it will say Transforming Disabilities up top, but it also says Purpose the Watchman News donation. That way you know you're in the right place. So, never required, but always appreciated. So, okay, quick enough, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is Saturday I did tweet stuff out. I don't know if I got everything Saturday or not. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my RT app, my Chrome extension, I should say, and I'm going to scroll like for 3 or 4 years, and then I'm going to read off the important headlines to you that I run across. So sorry for dropping the ball on that this weekend. It is what it is. Sip of coffee, though, because that's like contract. Okay. So from Saturday, Mexico makes its biggest oil discovery in more than 3 decades. Nuke aimed at Iran, ? Tehran raises alarm after Israel test fires mystery rocket in broad daylight. Sound familiar? ? Reddit says U.S.-UK trade deal leaks could be tied to Russia, citing speculation from, of course, the Atlantic Council. Robots are now coming for Wall Street. AI threatening top finance jobs. Hey, that might not be a bad idea. Maybe you'll get rid of some of the corruption. A bridge too far east. Russia to link Sakhalin Island, and I'm probably way off on that, Sakhalin Island with mainland in next 10 to 15 years. Establishment would never accept Russia in NATO, but why would Russia join anyway, even if invited? Good question. I don't know why they would either. North Korea envoy at UN says denuclearization already off the table in talks with the U.S. And I kind of figured that was going to happen. We can make a deal together. Trump thanks Iran for very fair negotiation that led to prisoner swap. Pensacola shooter held mass shooting dinner party where fellow Saudi students watched disturbing videos, says a report. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But don't you dare go online to buy a pressure cooker. You'll have somebody visiting you real quick. High-speed armed drones to complement MiG-35 multi-role fighter jets and other aircraft, says a manufacturer. America's troops love Russia and Kremlin mind control is to blame, says the Pentagon officials. How do you like that? How do you like that? My God. Pyongyang says it's conducted a very important test at rocket launching site, says their state media. This map shows how the U.S. really has 11 separate nations with entirely different cultures. And it's a good read. It's an interesting read. I posted it on Angry American has a survival and preparedness group now on Facebook. And I posted the link over there. And it's gotten, a lot of positive reaction. There are a few people that, oh, no, not me, it is what it is. And it's certainly not going to, you can't generalize anything when it comes to people because we're individuals, or we're supposed to be. In fact, I think if we were more individual in our mindsets, we would probably have a lot less problems in this country. But now we've got to be a part of this group or that group or whatever, and it does nothing but cause problems. But for the most part, what I read is pretty damned accurate. And if you can read between the lines of the article, it's also very telling. So anyway, I'm seeing a number 52 up here for news headlines just from today. So give me a moment here. I'm scrolling like crazy here. Okay, the 7th. 8th. Okay, we'll start here. World's largest printer of money is running out of cash. I need to get on having that brick wall installed. I really do. Traffic cops pour whiskey in patrol car instead of antifreeze in viral video, then insist it's a Christmas prank. One wall, please. Make it about head high. Very strong. Let's see. Iran unveils budget plan to fend off U.S. sanctions by cutting dependence on oil. Let's see. Mars will wait. Neil deGrasse Tyson trolls Musk, advising him to drop Tesla and focus on developing warp drive. You know, these two guys need to put down their handbags and just stop. They really do. Let's see. Trump accused of... This is a new word for me. Trump accused of Jew-splaining after blaming some American Jews of not loving Israel enough. Even Blue huffed at that. Hong Kong police retrieve pistol and 100-plus live rounds for first time aimed at creating chaos. Sorry. We don't do sports. Hang on. Lots of sports crap. Netanyahu demands U.S. backing of Jordan Valley annexation plan after Washington denies he ever spoke of it with Pompeo. This is an art performance. Banana Bandit eats $120,000 art installation. That I'll tell you what, that whole thing is absolutely stupid, right? But what's kind of funny about this is where that banana was duct taped to the wall. There's a guy, he's an independent journalist, and he actually went, and it looked like he did it in blood, but it was just red paint. And where the banana was duct taped to the wall, he wrote, Epstein didn't kill himself. Pretty good. Got a lot of attention. You can look that up on Google, and there's a ton of articles about him doing that. Let's see. Newsweek reporter resigns after accusing outlet of suppressing story about OPCW leak that undermines Syria gas attack narrative. Let's see. Russia-Ukraine fallout won't threaten security of EU gas supply. Hang on. Breaking news out of AP here. Okay, nothing that. Let's see. Rolling again. Nadler says vote possible on Trump articles of impeachment this week. Republicans protest. Kim Jong-un has everything to lose and doesn't want to break up our special relationship, says Trump. I really need that wall. Missiles aside, Kim Jong-un smiles big as he inaugurates North Korea's luxury ski resort. FBI presumes Pensacola shooting an act of terrorism as probe continues. Russia's Crimea welcomes record number of tourists in post-Soviet era. Russia-NATO relations degrading, causing global security to decline, says the defense minister. Moscow to rearm all Northern Fleet units with S-400s to create anti-missile dome over Russian Arctic. Probably something to pay attention to. 6 servicemen wounded after rockets hit base of Iraq military and U.S. forces. Israel threatens Iran with own Vietnam in Syria, refuses to rule out preemptive strike. 5 dead and dozens injured as New Zealand's most active volcano erupts on White Island. Let's see. World's fastest supersonic cruise missiles developed by Russia and India to be purchased by Philippines next year, says a report. Uh-oh. I don't know about that guy having cruise missiles. Let's see. China launches multi-billion-dollar oil and gas pipeline company. A Swedish bomb squad robot defuses explosive device left outside pizzeria. Let's see. Secret Service logs disappeared because they showed collusion with right-wing mob, Blumenthal tells RT. An impatient old man, North Korea diplomat, criticizes Trump over faltering bilateral talks. Or faltering. Let's see. Russia looks to invest in Pakistan in a big way. You know, there's a lot of headlines here dealing with the WADA and this whole Russian doping thing and all of that. And I haven't been reporting the headlines, but they are important. Not that I'm saying so much that the sporting part of it is important, but what is happening to Russia is important, and how they're trying to squeeze them out of the of international sports. And it's important to pay attention to, because it's just one more slap in the face to Russia. And while in and of itself, by itself, isn't enough for, I wouldn't think, for them to do something about, everything else that's going on along with it, yeah, it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. U.S.-China trade sinks in November as tariff war drags on. Let's see. Lots of headlines about that, about the WADA. Bulgaria is prepared to ensure transit of Russian gas to southern Europe. Russia to expand number of Zircon hypersonic cruise missile capable ships. Iran ready for big prisoner exchange with Washington, but ball is in the U.S. court, says Zarif. See nothing, say nothing. Journalist who reported on Pensacola-based Saudi shooter's motives suspended on Twitter. French mayor bans citizens from dying on weekends and holidays due to lack of doctors. So if you live in that French town, you better not die on the weekend or a holiday, because they might kill you again. I don't know what they're going to do. Hang on, I'm looking. No signs of life. New Zealand Prime Minister says foreign tourists among those hit by White Island volcanic eruption. This is that article. I'm going to have to scroll back and get this. Epstein didn't kill himself. Miami gallery scrambles to cover message scrawled in lipstick. I thought it was paint. After banana art devoured. I'll scroll back to that and open that up in a moment here. Let's see. Reality dawning on U.S. media that Venezuela coup failed and Maduro's stronger. What next? Ask Russia to ease him out. FBI surveillance and embarrassment to our country, Trump says after Justice Department report released. You know, but they're only worried about themselves. They don't care anything about we the people and how much we're being surveilled and how much of our rights are just being ripped up. They don't care about that. They only care about themselves. Ukraine, Syria nukes, and Russiagate. What's all on the table as Lavrov goes to Washington? Let's see. Former CIA Director Brennan lied to Congress about Steele dossier. IG report reveals. I mean, that entire whole debacle is just ignorant. So anyway, that article I was speaking of, there's this stupid banana, right? I forget, $120,000 or something that duct tape banana to the wall brought in. Really? Because, you know, I've got duct tape, and I've got a lot of crap I can duct tape to a wall. Pay up. So anyway, and I know this guy on Facebook here, Roderick Weber, and so he put Epstein didn't kill himself in red lipstick. There's a...
It's not. Charges on David, right?
Bas düğmeye bas Mustafa abi. Mustafa abi.
Okay, if that's...
He's just there showing his art, right? I mean, crazy. But yeah, that happened. Anyway, I see a red icon up here. Leaders of Russia, Ukraine, and France and Germany address media after talking Eastern Ukraine peace in Paris. Okay. All right. Well, that would be the headlines. Let me go ahead and close up the monologue. We will go from there. For those here for the live show, don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. We'll be live until 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Those here for the monologue, or if you're watching the recording and later on, thank you very much. As always, God bless you, we love you, and be one with your spirit.